Most people use paper towels the same way every day, but after seeing these 8 clever kitchen tricks, you'll never look at a roll of paper towels the same way again. Let's start with a tip that's incredibly simple and almost everyone has experienced this at some point. You grab a roll of paper towels, use a few sheets, and then leave it sitting somewhere on the counter. Before long, it's rolling around in the kitchen, taking up space. Here's an easy solution. Simply place the entire roll inside a kitchen drawer. That's it. Now, whenever you need a paper towel, just pull out the amount you want and tear it off. No holder required, no clutter on the countertop. After tearing off a sheet, leave a little bit of the next sheet sticking out. That way, the next time you open the drawer, you can grab it instantly without searching for the edge of the roll. It's such a small habit, but it saves time every day. Here's another way paper towels can save you time, especially when it comes to cleaning up after cooking. If you've ever fried fish at home, you already know what happens next. The fish cooks beautifully, but the stovetop ends up covered with tiny drops of grease. A few minutes of cooking can easily turn into another 10 minutes of scrubbing and wiping afterward. But there's a simple trick that can help. Before you start frying, place several sheets of paper towels around the stovetop, especially in the areas most likely to catch splatters. Once the paper towels are in place, cook your fish exactly as you normally would. As the oil splatters the paper towels, catch many of those droplets before they reach the stovetop surface. The difference becomes obvious when you're finished cooking. Instead of seeing grease scattered everywhere, most of the mess is sitting on the paper towels. Now comes the best part. When the fish is done, simply wait for everything to cool, gather up the used paper towels and throw them away. That's it. No lengthy cleanup. The stove stays cleaner, the kitchen looks tidier, and you spend more time enjoying your meal instead of cleaning up after it. After you've finished frying fish or other foods, you're often left with a pan of cooking oil. The problem is that the oil is usually filled with tiny crumbs and burnt particles. On the other hand, throwing the oil away immediately can feel wasteful. There's a simple solution. All you need is a container with a lid, a strainer, and a small piece of paper towel. Place the strainer over the container and line it with the paper towel. Now, carefully pour the cooled oil through the paper towel and strainer. As the oil passes through the paper towel, catch as many of the tiny food particles, crumbs, and debris that would otherwise remain in the oil. What drips into the container below is noticeably cleaner. Once you've filtered the oil, simply put the lid on the container and store it until you need it again. By the way, what do you usually do with leftover frying oil? Do you reuse it, filter it, or throw it away? Let me know in the comments. I'd love to hear your favorite kitchen habits and tips. Now that the kitchen is clean and the oil has been filtered and stored away, have you ever wondered whether paper towels can be useful in the microwave too? Yes. In fact, this may become one of those tricks you use almost every day. Let's use a potato as an example. Take a potato and wrap it completely in a sheet of paper towel. Next, run the wrapped potato under water so the paper towel becomes damp. You don't want it dripping wet, so gently squeeze it with your hands to remove the excess water. Now, place the potato in the microwave and cook it for about 3 minutes. The moisture trapped in the paper towel creates steam around the potato. Instead of drying out, the potato cooks in a warm, humid environment that helps soften it much more evenly. Take a look at that. The potato is soft, tender, and cooked through. Instead of waiting a long time for it to bake in the oven, you've achieved a similar soft texture in just a few minutes. It's a simple trick, but it's incredibly convenient on busy days when you need a cooked potato quickly for mashed potato soups. Reheating fish can be surprisingly frustrating. Fish skin often contains a little oil and moisture. As the fish heats up, tiny droplets can splatter around the inside of the microwave. A single sheet of paper towel can solve the problem. Simply place the fish on a microwave-safe plate and cover it loosely with a sheet of paper towel. Now reheat the fish as you normally would. As the fish warms, any small oil splatters or moisture droplets are caught by the paper towel instead of landing all over the microwave. When the reheating is finished, remove the plate and discard the paper towel. The fish is hot and ready to eat. The microwave stays clean, and you avoid spending extra time wiping grease from every corner of the appliance, all thanks to a single sheet of paper towel. Have you ever started chopping vegetables, fruit, or meat and noticed the cutting board slowly sliding across the counter? You try to hold it in place with one hand while cutting with the other, but it still shifts slightly every now and then. It's frustrating. The solution is incredibly simple. Before placing the cutting board on the counter, take a sheet of paper towel and place it underneath. Now place the cutting board on top. You'll immediately notice the difference. The paper towel creates friction between the board and the countertop, helping it stay firmly in place while you work. No sliding, no unexpected movement, just a stable surface that lets you focus on your cutting. By the way, what's the one kitchen task you find most frustrating? Is it chopping onions, cleaning up grease, peeling vegetables, or something else? Let me know in the comments. And next, here's one more paper towel trick that's perfect for reducing food waste. How to store cucumbers. Take a zip-top bag and place a sheet of paper towel inside. Next, add the cucumber. Then place another sheet of paper towel on top so the cucumber sits between the two layers. The paper towels help absorb excess moisture that would otherwise collect inside the bag. At the same time, they help create a more balanced environment that keeps the cucumber fresh without becoming overly wet. Now seal the bag and place it in the refrigerator. That's it. The cucumber stays protected, the moisture is better controlled, and you'll often find it stays crisp much longer than if it were stored on its own. Speaking of saving time and reducing waste, here's one final paper towel trick that can save you a lot of scrubbing. Try pan frying the chicken in your waffle maker and see the result. The food was delicious, but cleaning the machine felt like a job all by itself. Don't worry, there's an easy way to loosen much of that mess. Take a sheet of paper towel and fold it in half. Place them across the cooking surface of the waffle maker. Next, pour a small amount of water onto the paper towels. Now, close the lid and let the machine sit for a few minutes. After a few minutes, open the lid. You'll be surprised by what you see. That gentle steam helps soften dried grease and loosen stuck-on food particles. At the same time, the paper towels absorb much of the moisture and grime that lifts away from the surface. simply remove the paper towels and throw them away. Then take a clean cloth and give the surface a quick wipe. The remaining residue comes off much more easily, and the waffle maker looks noticeably cleaner with very little effort. And there you have it, 8 simple paper towel tricks that can help you cook smarter. If you learned something new, don't forget to subscribe, and share this video with a friend who loves clever kitchen tips. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.